reasons. Very, very special. Thrilled to see that all of us are safe, healthy, and rocking and full of josh. See, the screen is blazing. The temperature has crossed 500 degrees already on the screen. It's burning. I'm getting very suffocating, very uncomfortable because galaxy of stars are here. Second reason, first time in India, Samir, I hope I'm right. First time in India, a virtual know your developer on the screen, that too at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, when we were used to only cocktail dinners with a lot of spirits. Okay, but I see the cheer now is higher than what I saw in the cocktail dinner KYDs. Okay, so this is a new way. CREA is showing the world what CREA is about. And friends, are we all not proud that we are the #1 in India? We are the largest real estate organization in India, thanks to all veterans here. Another first, today, a first time event with Mana developers. A first. So 3 firsts to our credit. CREA, keep rocking like always. And well, you see the screen is alive for one person if I do not talk about him. The dashing, handsome, and lover boy, our chairman Pradeep Joe. Our chairman, because of you, sir, we are all here on the screen today, and today we are in the event. Grateful to you for your support, sir. Well, a very warm welcome to our host for the day, Shri Kishore Reddy Garu, MD and CEO of Mana Developers. And thank you, sir, for gracing the occasion and giving us an honor of you hosting an event for us. Also, warm welcome. Yeah, thank you, sir. Also, warm welcome to Mr. Rishabh Bansali, the marketing head, Mr. Kevin, who is the Mr. Kevin project head, Mr. Srinadi and Mr. Nandish, channel partner sales. Thank you, gentlemen, for having us with you for this event.
Thank you, Jalan.
Thank you. Thank you. And of course, a warm welcome to our esteemed members who make us proud that we are the #1 real estate organization in India. So it is our esteemed members and the managing committee which keeps this association alive, kicking, positive, healthy, safe, whatever adjectives are there in this world are all here for CREA. And well, we also have a few visitors in the room invited by Mana developers and some invited by our committee members. So warm welcome, namaskara to everyone and thank you. Over to you, Kushal.
That was a rocking introduction, sir. Definitely, thank you. Thank you so much for keeping our spirits high, even though it's not the spirit time. Thank you. We definitely, we all had a 30 now for sure. Now now keeping up the spirit high. Now we have our president, Mr. Samir Arora, to give the introduction. Over to you, Samir.
Thank you, Kushal. They say a journey of 1,000 miles always begins with a single step. And I personally feel that we completed 10 years of CREA from a baby step to go on to become the largest real estate organization anywhere in this country. We celebrated big time in December, and then we took a pause. And the COVID added a little more pause, so we are gathering after a while here. And for our next journey, these are the baby steps that we are taking. And we are going to virtually Zoom. Pun intended, because we are virtual today and we are on Zoom. And I think as an organization, we will continue to grow. So first of all, huge welcome to Mr. Kishore Reddy, Mana Developers, and the whole team, Rishabh, Kevin, Srinidhi, Nandesh. Warm welcome to all of you on this platform of CREA.
Thank you so much.
Our teams, our event teams and our committees have been very geared up, way far better than some of the largest event management companies in this city to do large shows. But they are doing a virtual show for the first time, And I must say, all our members must applaud and say hats off to our event team and the committee for doing a fabulous, fabulous job out of it and a great gathering. You know, we always mention some of our stars, especially the primary ones, Ravikant and loads of them that who have done wonderfully well. But I must admit here, the last 10 days of watching on the group, ever since we opened out, and the kind of deals in the resales, some of these stalwarts have been striking, absolutely fantastic. And I'm going to say thanks to Manjesh, Pankaj, Pooja, Vasu, Seema, Arpan. I think the whole team just goes on and on. And what I realized is the women power is fiery, absolutely fiery at CREA India. So, which is a fantastic sign for another organization that's growing and growing better by the day. Mana has been around in the industry for quite some time, but it's the first time they're collaborating with CREA on a platform. CREA can very confidently claim today of having taken the brands like Reliable from one stage to a level, another level. Purvankara, Brigade, Total Environment, Shobha, name it, and we've done extremely well. For this period of time, I'll say only a couple of lines. A pessimist will see difficulty in every opportunity, and an optimist sees opportunity in every difficulty. And what we love about our CREA members is they are absolute optimists. They are realtors, and realtors do know how to deal with uncertainty and are very good at minimizing the risk. So I personally believe the real estate fraternity and the realtors are actually the classic entrepreneurs. You know, there are very good things that have happened through this period, and we'll not touch the bad phases. I already said at Bangalore, we've been fortunate that the government has managed it well. And, you know, we are probably amongst the biggest cities, the lowest rate in terms of infections. And I think it remains that way and becomes a thing of the past till we have the vaccine and a cure going in. But the home loans are today running at the lowest that they've ever ran. So as per my understanding, SBI has brought it down to 6.75%. And if that's not the greatest reason for a home buyer to buy a home today, I don't know what else it would be. The repo rates are lower. The governments are looking at the whole sector a lot more favorably. Leave aside a couple of tweak comments that came in from a couple of sources. There are amazing things that have happened, which I talked about. I think training knowledge was always a tool that realtor found little time for, and they are the biggest source of growing your business. And I think the amount of training and knowledge that has happened, both via associations level at CREA as well at NAR India on a national level, has been absolutely outstanding and phenomenal. Today, RICS has collaborated with all associations to give a training program at a subsidized rate online, which gives you the MRICS degree. We are working with NICMAR, NAR US, a 1.65 million realtor, and the plethora of data that they have is coming to CREA through NAR India. But above everything else, I will say, we always said advertisement is the biggest focus of our business. You know, advertise, advertise, advertise. And I personally believe through these 3 months of COVID, real estate industry has received the biggest ever advertisement that ever in the history of the world it happened. Every single human being was saying multiple times through the day and writing, stay home, stay safe. Home has never been advertised before as much as it has been through this period. So seriously, and the whole pent-up demand is now coming up. So it's about forever real estate for all of us. And I think we are the harbingers of it. You know, I wrote some time back, this period has proven that you can't live in a mutual fund and you can't live in a stock certificate. The only place you can live in safely is home. So real estate ही सही है, बाकी सब सिर्फ advertisement है. and I think that's how we get on. And let's get on with Mana projects. Let's get on with the season, and let's sell the way only CREA can. So proud of all of you CREA members here, and I hope we all and our families remain safe the way we have till now. So, but before we ask and I hand over the stage, can I ask our chairman to virtually hand over a certificate of appreciation to Mr. Kishore Reddy, the Managing Director of Mana Projects. Can we bring on Pradeep Joe? Sir, Pradeep, we will be, when the opportunity right presents, will come and physically give the certificate to you. There it is.
Sure.
There we go. Pradeep is showing the certificate of appreciation to Mana Projects, and I would like to give a big round of applause.
Kushal, can I request you something? Unmute everybody. Let us all applaud very loudly, both for Pradeep and for Mr. Kishore Reddy.
Thank you.
I'm muting all. Request all the participants to kindly go ahead and give a big round of applause.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pradeep sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kishore sir. Just one line, Kushal, and I'll be off the screen.
Go ahead, Samir.
This organization is what it is for 1+14.
Muted everyone.
Was I on mute again?
Yes, you went on mute. 1 second, please.
I said the 1+14 that I wanted to thank, that one is our chairman, Mr. Pradeep Joe, who emphasized, and it's his vision that continues. The 14 who continue to translate it extremely beautifully. And my personal applaud to each one of you for doing a fabulous job out of that. All the committee members, the office bearers, and the subcommittee members and the members who continue. You know, a lot of people in CREA tell me this committee is our strength. And I want to say only one line. All of you members are the strength and the inspiration for this committee. So continue to be so. Best wishes. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for the wonderful presidential address by our beloved president, Mr. Samir Arora. You have definitely been an inspiration for all of us during the lockdown. When the whole world is sleeping, sitting and talking about negative things, wondering what could happen, you gave us the energy, you gave us the spirit, how to continue further together. And we saw the results in the last 1 or 2 weeks that's happening in the group. Thank you so much for that. And officially welcome each one of us to the first ever virtual Know Your Developer series started by CREA. I think even before the developers or realtors thinking of how to market our project or how to start our business, we are definitely way forward looking at how to start selling now. I'm sure all of us have already started selling and back in action. It's okay if we have to be socially distanced. It doesn't matter. We can sell virtually now. So that's the way to go forward. With this big round of applause, and now hand over to the presentation screen to Mana Projects to take over, sir. Over to Mr. Kishore.
Very good evening to everyone. Thanks for logging in today, and we are happy to have you on webinar. Even it is a first webinar for us conducting to our channel partners. So we are happy to have you here. Normal. Maybe we'll have one cocktail dinner again. We'll have one more KYD.
Happy for the success.
This is just an introduction. Later we'll have a more formal, usual cocktail dinner party. Okay. To talk about our company, most
CREA members already like you, sir, by your invitation for the cocktail spirits.
Fantastic, energetic introduction by Mr. Jagdish. Awesome, lot of energy in your speech. Samir Arora, fantastic introduction about CREA and lot of insight about present conditions in our industry. And thanks for Pradeep to handing over that virtual certificate for us. I never expected we are going to have some virtual gifts there. That's good to start. So to start about our company, we started our journey in 2000. Mostly we did all this.
Sir, 1 second. Rishabh, can you make it full screen? Can you make the slide view? Please switch on the slideshow. If you are on an Android Windows laptop, kindly press F5.
Is it fine now?
Not yet. Below, can you see notes and then slide view? Can you click on that? Or please go to view. Go to slideshow on the top. Please go to slideshow on the top. Full screen view is not coming. Please go to slideshow. Can you please stop share and start share again? There's a technical glitch that's happening. Please do stop share and then start the sharing again. You can start the share again now. Share screen. Rishabh, if you see below right hand side on your screen, you can see zoom minus to 100%. Just next to that, there's an icon. Please click on that. The screen will be full. Okay, I'm requesting the remote control. Can you please give me? Accept that remote control that I'm requesting for. Yeah. Screen share again. Perfect. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yes, we can start. Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, small technical glitches.
Absolutely fine. Please.
So we are in the industry from last 20 years, and predominantly we develop the residential buildings in South and Southeast Bangalore. We majorly focused on Sajjap Road and Whitefield. So Mana projects means it's imagining dream spaces, like imagining a beautiful life, imagining a beautiful living spaces, and engineering it to practical use of our customers. That is our dream. So we continue to improve year on year as a design wise, or bringing more natural material or green spaces into our homes. That's our main intention. So we did around 23 projects as of now, and we have 5,000 happy families living in our residences, and 3.5 million square feet we already delivered, and we have 1,000 team of contractors and in-house staff. That is our strength. So quality is our topmost priority. We want to give best possible quality at best possible rate, and ensure that finishes are as good as possible. And design is our main forte. So we spend a lot of time during concept stage and bring in a lot of design elements, and take a lot of feedback from our existing clients, go back to them and do some survey based on their inputs, and based on the current trends we incorporate in our projects. That's our strength. Green spaces, yeah, we are well known for our lot of green spaces in our houses. Like we want to bring apartments to have nice landscape balconies in every apartment, so that they'll have a feel of living in an independent house. That is our main intention. In Bangalore, land prices are very high. Not everybody can afford independent house. So to make it up, we want to create more terrace gardens or landscape balconies into their home spaces. So then whenever they are bored about living in the tiny compact houses, they can come out, spill over into their balconies and have evening coffee, tea, and enjoy their evenings. That's our main intention. And a lot of common areas also, we focus more on green spaces. Like in one of our tropical project, we retained a maximum amount of trees, and some balconies wrap around the trees. Each tree is around 50 feet high. It's a fantastic project. If you have time, you please have to visit the project once. And online delivery has become our strength. Some projects we have given before delivery also, though it is not very important after RERA. But before RERA, we delivered all the projects on time. Couple of projects before time also. So disruptive thinking is always our main concept. Before we take up any project, we used to spend a lot of time, do a lot of research on international projects, Indian projects, and understand the new trends in that time and try to achieve best possible within the budget. We have to deliver our client within the budget because we are targeting our IT employees in and around Ring Road, Electronic City, and Whitefield. So we have to cater to their requirements, their aspirations, and within their budget. That's what our main motto is. Thank you. Mr. Rishabh will take over.
Thank you so much, Kishore sir. Kishore sir has always been a visionary leader who has a mission of making Mana Projects a power brand. And by power brand, I mean that Mana Projects has constantly evolved so much that from now, more than a product industry, more than a house industry, we are gradually moving into a service industry. And this is where, and that is what at Mana Projects, we are never satisfied. We always go an extra mile to understand the needs of the customers. And we are very passionate about the life at home. And that is the reason, if you go back to the years, so the projects now where you see Mana Placido, Mana Chadi, these were the projects that came in during 2008 to 2014. So the top 4 projects, Placido, Jardin, Selden, and Mana Foliage, wherein few things that time which were very uncommon that time and very common now. Kishore sir has always been so visionary that he has always foreseen into a disruptive thinking to set across all the projects. So Mana Placido, why do walls between apartments needs to be shared? And Mana Jardin, why can't we offer a bungalow-like living in an apartment? Mana Selden, why can't walls be covered with green to reduce the heat and energy consumption? So Mana Selden is a project wherein we started bringing in the green concept, and it was during the year 2013-2014. And then Mana Foliage, why can't we bring countryside living close to the city? And a very, very close to heart project of Mana Tropical, wherein why should concrete and nature exist in opposition to each other? Why can't they coexist? Going down few slides, we will see few images of Mana Tropical, wherein we will find that how we have brought concrete and nature that coexist with each other. And Uber Warden 2, why should luxury be devoid of nature? Why can't we bring resort-like lifestyle to apartments? And Mana Foresta is definitely a milestone, a benchmark for Mana projects, wherein we have completely redefined architecture in India, and we have revolutionized a relationship between the man and nature. Why can't we redefine architecture with nature? Why can't we bring international standards to India? And then Mana Capital. Mana Capital is a concept wherein we redefine luxury in terms of convenience. So this is how over the period of time we have always set a vision, set a benchmark for real estate, and disruptive thinking has been throughout all the projects. So we have earned lots of recognition over the period of time, both in international and national standards. So coming to the year 2020, Mana Projects has won 4 awards, 4 prestigious awards, wherein our project Uber Volume 2 has earned ICRA 5-star rated project Mana Foresta from Asia Pacific International Property Award. It has earned Residential Project of the Year, and again from GABA Dubai 2020 Most Innovative Project of the Year. Mana Capital, the mixed use development project of the year. So over to Mr. Kevin, wherein he'll be taking you through various projects and also explaining the different concepts and the purpose of architecture.
Good afternoon, friends. My name is Kevin, and I'm very glad that I'm able to speak to you, even though if it's virtual. I know we will soon be meeting face-to-face in person at our sites and projects. Maybe I've met most of you all. And I think it's a very active and a very energetic team that I can see in the few minutes before we could start all your internal interactions and talking. So I'm sure that we will be connected. I'm sure we will be connected in a well-organized, as Mr. Samir has given us a heads up. And we are actively looking at it. So without wasting much of our time, I would like to start on with the heads up of basic details of the project so that we can have an introduction of these projects or what we're selling and what we do. And also gives you an idea about what you can have it in your list of properties and your listings with your clients, and also you can have them the best options. So, okay, so we're starting from the top. Now, this is a building most of you would have seen. This is one of those unique buildings, which is the first of its kind in India, and I mean it truly. And I believe it's the 4th building in the world where this is a concept which is called as vertical forest. Basically, this is it's called a green scraper. It is called as a green scraper, as you can see what it is. This is a challenge that we have now. Mr. Kishore sir has been very passionate about projects which outweighs the concrete and the conventional real estate structures into making it into a most beautiful space, whether it's a balcony space or whether it's a common area space or whether it's a rooftop garden. We always wanted to exploit and expand everything that we can. So Foresta is a project which is very close to us in our hearts and minds because of the concept. Now this is, when you must have heard about the thinking, disruptive thinking that we do, this project manifests itself into a disruptive thinking. This is basically a project where you have 2,500 shrubs, 225 trees, medium and large, 1,000 perennial plants, covering the entire tower with life. And as challenging as it is, we can talk about it in more detail technically, but I just wanted to take you through. This is one of those super-sized balconies which comes with every flat in Foresta. Basically, Foresta is a tower which is 14 floors, and in each floor there's only 4 flats, a combination of 3 and 4 BHK. All the flats are corner flats, and all the flats are individual flats. Of course, there is no common wall, but it is also more spaced out because there is only 4 flats in each flat, 4 flats in each floor. Sorry, and these are balcony sizes. Just to give you an idea of the sizes are like 35 feet by 7 feet. That is more than a backyard garden space in most of the villas that you can see. If you see, this is what we bring into the picture. We want the living room to be extended out. This is a balcony where, imagine you have a living room which is open to sky. That is the concept that we wanted. And the landscape, what we have done is, it's extremely challenging because we are planting trees of 12 feet to 15 feet high on these balconies with along different diversity of shrubs and plants where it brings flowers every day. There is a seasonal change of colors of the leaves, whether it's the smell of the shrubs, which changes the microclimate inside your house. basically the concept originally, what we thought was we wanted to bring the concept where we want to build houses for trees and also houses for human beings in the same unit. It's revolutionizing the relationship between man and human beings. So this is in the truest form a very sustainable architectural concept, which we have done. We already have started it. We are up to the 10th floor right now. And so we are, this is, as I said, this is the first of its kind in India. And this is in Sajapur Main Road. So I think by this building, what people would know and recognize it, people who are outstates or other parts of the country would recognize Sajapur Road by this building. And that's a promise. And that is what we are foreseeing about this place. So we wanted to start with here. And also this has a very private, this is the inside of the property. This is an actual pictures of the modern flat that we have for Forester. You can see the space, you can feel it, it's cozy, it's warm. We have not left any stone unturned in terms of the specification that we want to balance it with the interiors. May it be the imported marbles that we have for the living and dining, may it be the imported French windows and windows that we have done, the high-end bathroom fittings and sanitary wares, excellent wooden flooring for the master bedrooms, and the space and size. So this comes more to the table for a buyer than a villa, because of course everybody would like to buy land and build a house. But as Mr. Kishore sir has said, in Bangalore, the land rates and the challenges of security, the socializing, the neighborhood, the travel distance, everything matters. And so this is a property where, and then in villas, people have challenges where they buy a ground plus one or ground plus two. They need home elevators because there are elders at home. There are people who could have injuries of foot injuries and they cannot travel. They cannot climb upstairs every now and then. So a flat is more convenient, but then the lack of space of gardens and outdoor spaces, which we have created much more than any bungalows or a villa that is available in and around these places. So the backyard space is translated into the balconies, and these balconies come with the advantages of a backyard garden where you have space and landscape, also the privacy and a view of a balcony. So it's a fusion of both the backyard and the balcony together, which is spectacular. You got to come and see as visitors once to see it, feel it. I think you would translate the same to your buyer. I think you would take, I take a lot of privilege and a lot of pride in showcasing this property as a concept, what we have accomplished and what we are offering in the market. Because there are so many new things and so many concepts in terms of European, Spanish, whichever it is. But this is inside out a complete transformational living for a buyer. Nobody says they don't like nature. Everybody loves it. And this is in the most state-of-the-art design that is being done. So India's first that becomes an aspiration, like I said, the vertical forest, it's urban forestry. Basically, it's a forest penetrated by an architecture. And it's more than a villa. Like I explained, few points, there are more to it, because on the pricing front, on the space front, on the security, the common areas, the connect, not isolations in big houses and small families, but so there is so much more, because we also have villas, like Foliage is one of our villa project. We have sold villas and we have seen other properties. So we wanted to do this for the betterment of the community. It's completely Vastu compliant. We have made sure that it is all, like I said, if it's only 4 flats each floor, it is made sure that every nook and corner, every doors, entrances, bathrooms, everything as per the Vastu compliant. Luxury in terms of spaces and some of the specifications in terms of the location, the pricing, everything is beautiful. Luxury, sustainable luxury, not just luxury, so that it doesn't feel guilty living in a beautiful home and that big, that done with so much of care. Ventilation and natural lighting is, of course, because all colors and so all the light, all the daylight throughout the day, and the ventilation, because the design itself is as per the Bangalore's wind direction. We'll talk about it that when it comes to over phase 2. And rooftop amenities, and this is, we have, Mana Forester has its own private amenities on the rooftop. We have a beautiful rooftop garden with a large pool, with a sit-down bar, where in the mornings or in the daytime they can hang around in the rooftops with working. Most of the people are now at work from home kind of a situation, most of the IT, so daytime they can go to the rooftop if they feel bored at home. And evenings it becomes a sit-down bars. There are open to sky, there are open gyms, there are pergolas. It's a beautiful place and it's very private. There's only 56 families in the entire tower, so it's a very classic community. The standard of the people is the social standing of the people, and the people who are there are young, dynamic. There are already, we have around 15 sales.
Yes, 15.
So we have already sold 15 flats in which we see that more and more elite group of people want to come forward to live in these kind of places. There are people who wanted to sell their existing villas to move into these places. And so we are confident because what we thought and what we dreamed and what we put forward, it's matching, and especially more so now in the post-lockdown, during the COVID scenario, pandemic, we all understand, like Mr. Samir said, the word home stood out in this whole time as the only place. And even larger EMIs, people are looking at it now as an SIP plan, where they want to invest in a house and these payments are going as a plan. And it's more so, like everybody has seen a rise in the people's expectation inquiries, and also the choice of homes have changed. And so we are glad that we are meeting them along the way, even though this was planned a year back. I think by God's grace, we are in that same path where the situation is going ahead and we're able to offer these things. The largest clubhouse on Shahjahanpur Main Road. Now we have a 40,000 square foot clubhouse in this vicinity, and so that's the biggest as of now on Shahjahanpur Main Road. Right, and this is overburdened phase 2. Phase 1 is completed, and maybe most of you all have seen it on Shahjahanpur Main Road. This is the phase 2 of it. This is a 6-acre property, and we have 4 towers here. And these 4 towers, it looks like a monolithic design, like what you see. It's like a single block, but it is done in an interlocking pattern, which means there are a lot of wind tunneling that has been created between these flats. Now, these flats are more than no common wall kind of a scenario. These have 1 meter plus space between the flats on either side. That is like an individual flat suspended out. And because of those tunneling factor, wind tunneling factor, there is this ventilation which flows through these buildings and these flats. So there is no stay layer, there is no heat island hanging around these flats, even through the bathroom sites. Even the corridors which is through these flats inside the building has these borrowed light bringing into the kitchens and to the dining areas. So it is a fantastically designed property, and this is a 6-acre property. The open area spacing is 96.5% as an architectural evaluation of the open area space, and the building profiling is done at 26.5%. So that means there is large space opened out for enough sunlight and ventilation to cross through, and the whole design is done as per the Bangladesh wind direction throughout the year. And these are in a similar fashion of Foresta with beautiful landscape balconies, supersized balconies. Even my 2 BHK starts at 1,300 square foot. That is the normal size of a 3 BHK elsewhere. So it has balconies which is suspended, connected, beautiful balconies with the landscape, which you can, as you saw in Foresta, but in a milder way to accommodate the pricing and accommodate the sizes. These are all large size flats, rooms. We have 2 BHK and 3 BHK. Foresta has a combination of 3 and 4 BHK. Overburden phase 2. And this is also the whole landscape which we have done. We have created a huge space of 1.5 acres of mini forest. It's an ecological balanced landscape theme with boyer ponds and a very new, I just want to touch on the top of the amenities, like the interactive amenities for the children, where there is stencil cutting walls in those mini forest area where the children can play around and they can learn interactively with mathematical and chemistry formulas. It's stencil cutting on the walls, which is very fun to learn with, because parents will be proud to have children nurtured in these kind of places. Boyer ponds, this is basically a rainwater harvesting system which is channeled into a boyer pond with koi fishes and marsh trees, like how you see a natural spring with small bridges crossing over. Golf putting in a semi-coliseum style with pillars, and of course the clubhouse, which is 40,000 square foot. We have a multi-purpose court for tennis and basketball and cricket pitch, and vertical garden homes. Basically, it's more than a vertical garden, but I just wanted to name it that way because we have mature planting in this garden. So even if you want to sit down with a cup of coffee in your mornings or the evening, it will completely regenerate the mind, soul. Right? That is what we are. We're connected with the nature, and there's so much space all around. And the whole landscape all around the project in 6 acres is a mix of meadows, boulevards, and dry gardens. So it really takes a breath away when you see so much of diversity, variety, and also these landscapes are done as per the natural flora and fauna. That means it wants to preserve and enhance the biodiversity which is already there, and we don't want to disrupt it. Though the design is disruptive, the landscape is not. It balances the biodiversity there. So much to the concept and so much bringing into the place. So this is an end-to-end. Anybody, even my 2 BHK purchaser on the Uber Warden flat, will never have a craving of a villa because the benefit that they enjoy is much more than ever. So that is what I want to talk briefly. Okay, so this is another great project which we have just finished. We have done and dusted on this. Mana Tropical. It's as beautiful as you can see. This is, if you have to see this property, I would say, show me a resort like this project. I wouldn't even ask for another comparison of another project. We have around 900 fully grown trees, the maximum size of around 50 feet, grown for the last 25 years. We found this land as beautiful as this is, surrounding with silver oak trees. In the center, we have these mahogany trees planted in a perfect grid of 15 feet away. This was done by somebody 25 years back. And we procured this land, and we didn't want to touch, and we didn't want to cut a single tree. And so we want to preserve these trees as much as possible and do construction and want to have buildings and houses in and around these trees. So we have done ground plus 4 structures, totally 10 towers. Each tower is ground plus 4. We have done 10. And this is one of the picture you see is one of those buildings which is, we call this a wraparound balcony or a tree hugging balcony, as you can see, where we didn't want to even disturb the tree. We would bring the tree through your balconies in an apartment. This is one of the most beautiful. People have come just to see the concept. I think before we started the conversation, one of the your members, I think it's Mr. Shobha Menon, said, "Honey, someone had bought a property." I don't know. I think it's maybe tropical, so we can catch up on that later. So this is a beautiful property. You should walk it because it's a completed project. It's a 9-acre property. In fact, in this property, the most unique things have happened. People abhor ground floor flats, like you all know, right? Ground floor, no. Here, we have sold the ground floor flats on a premium rate, much premium rate, because of a beautiful garden space. A garden space where in a carpet area sense, it was around 300 square feet. That is, I've not even seen in any 4 crore rupees villas. And we have provided for a flat which was around 60-65 lakhs at that point of time with the ground floor flats. That is a yoga decking which we have done. These are the trees, and that is how the pattern of the trees are. We call that area as a central spine because we have all those 800 trees, mahogany trees, perfectly standing in like soldiers in a array. And that is a yoga decking. It's still not fine finished, but it is a completed view of it. And these are all actual images where you can sit down for nice yoga classes. We have a wooden bridge, very adventurous, very tropical, very innovative, and very disruptive in terms of what a normal builder would do and what he would offer to the community of the people living in places. And these are the corner flats buildings, and that's a cricket pitch. We have a basketball. There's so many things we couldn't cover up in a big thing. So, but anyways, any which way, we will all meet you once in a while in the site. So we could give you a personal tour. This is the space between 2 towers. We have 10 towers. Every tower is spaced out like this, with flowering trees, palm trees in the center. These are on both sides. These are the garden fences with a lot of landscape giving them privacy. There is walk-through, 0 vehicular movement in the entire project. As you enter, the vehicles all go into the basement. The construction was a huge challenge. We had to pump the concrete into those 3 areas because the lorries wouldn't come in. We have taken so much pain to do this construction for what we wanted to. And today, all the people who are living there are super happy, and they've never visioned. When they saw these pictures when they were bought it, when it was under construction, they were hoping at least 50% of these would be accomplished. And today, those people are there. You can see those testimonies on our YouTube. You can see the reviews, or you can walk in any time to meet them. So that is, this is Mana Capital. This is a pre-launch project which we have just started. And so this is a high-rise. So this comes with a lot of a mixed use as a concept. It comes with all ranges of 1 BHK, 2, 3, and duplex flats. They have very innovative design in this, where we have movable walls inside, so you can expand your space and keep it as how you want it in times. We have bay windows, which is something which is new for an apartment concept. But it's only in the luxury segments we find those detailings. We have done this here. This is on the main road. This is a mix with commercial and retail spaces in the front. It's a prime location. We'll get back to you more on these detailing of this project. So far, for now, this is what we have. I think it's okay. So
Thank you, Kevin sir. Thank you for your information on all the projects. And one more thing we wanted to highlight over here is in Mana Forest, out of the 15 units that we have sold, 6 units have been sold by channel partners in last 4 months. And then we can imagine the kind of ticket size and the kind of interest and the aggressive method of how channel partners are taking up Mana Foresta. And coming back to why partner us. So at Mana Projects, we believe that buying homes is one of the biggest financial investments in anyone's life. And that is why what we offer to our customers has an unparalleled value of money in terms of life beyond 4 walls and in offering them world-class amenities and facilities. So Mana Projects and channel partners, one thing we are very sure about is the transparency in terms of relationship, we want to uphold with our channel partners. And that is why we strongly believe in assurance of trust. And also we have dedicated staff support, that is Mr. Nandish and Mr. Srinadi, who are the front face for the channel partners and who will be regularly in touch with you. And also we have continuous engagement and quarterly programs. So we make sure that we credit our channel partners, our top performers, and we also make sure that we keep posting events to continuously engage with our channel partners. So just to give you a brief idea about the guidelines of how we ensure a transparent and a clear relationship with our channel partners, we have a lead validation process of 3 months. So lead registration, once you send us the lead, we with a screenshot share that whether the lead is registered with us or not, and within 3 months, if we have not taken any action on the lead, then the lead belongs to you. And the turnaround time for us to get back to you after you send us a mail regarding to register the lead and validate the lead is within 2 hours. We assure you that in the working hours, within 2 hours, we will turn back and see whether the lead is existing with us or not. And one thing, we strictly follow 30-day payout cycle for our channel partners post bank disbursement. So we assure you that we won't have any lag behinds or any loopholes in terms of paying out our channel partners. And one important thing what we follow at Mana Projects is that the channel partners have to accompany customers for site visits. And there are few digital marketing guidelines in which Mr. Nandish and Srinidhi will get back to you on this. And a few points are that the channel partners have to mention that they are the official channel partners of Mana Projects and you are marketing on behalf of us. And then the authenticity of information. We strictly follow a policy of we don't overpromise or less promise our customers. What we have, we deliver and we show only that. So the authenticity of information becomes a very important point in terms of while we communicate about each of our projects to our customers. And since CREA has got us a very strong platform for us to engage with our channel partners and to grow with them, we have revised our payout schemes for our channel partners and this offer is until July 31st, wherein 1 to 5 units we are paying out to 2.5%. 5 to 9 units, we will be paying out 3%, 10 to 19 units, 4%, and anyone who sells 20 and above will be getting 5%. So this is this offer is valid until July 31st, and once and post July 31st, we'll fall back to the normal slabs of 1 to 5 units as 2%, 5 to 9 units as 3%. And 10 and above units as 4%. So this will be the offer post July 31st. So thank you everyone, and we would like to now open the forum for question and answers.
Thank you, Team Mana, for the wonderful presentation. I think definitely this is the need of the hour. More green spaces and healthy living is something that we've missed in the last couple of years. So thank you, Team Mana, for doing a fantastic, background work about just not building brick and mortar, but adding a lot of green spaces to it. So that's the uniqueness of Mana. So now I will also take my fellow committee member and the event head, along with Joint Secretary Aditya Sethi, to join in for the Q&A session. So Aditya, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. So I will now open to the floor for questions. I will now allow participants to unmute. Kindly unmute if you have a question. Raise your hand so that unmute and speak. Request, we will try it out. If members get disturbed, then I'll have to unmute. Also moving to the gallery view so that all of us are visible together. Request members to kindly switch on your video and keep yourself on mute so that we can see each other while we're talking. Open to the floor. If you have any questions, please go ahead and ask members. You can unmute yourself and ask the question. Please mention your name so that they remember you.
Vishal, can I ask a question? This is Sanjeev. Hello.
Yes, Sanjeev, go ahead and ask your question.
My question is regarding the last slide, what they have shown regarding that the lead registration is for, can you give 3 months, right?
Yeah, so the offer what I was talking about is until July 31st. So
if the lead is registered, that is for 3 months, you're saying that will be with you.
Yes.
That means if somebody has registered a lead, it's already with you, and if the gap is for 3 months, then that will not be given to us.
So in case if a customer register leads to us first and then registers to you, then we will own the lead for 3 months, and post that if there's no action taken on the lead or if we are not able to convert, we give an opportunity to channel partners for the conversion.
Don't you think in the current scenario, this 3 months time is a bigger duration, because nowadays most of the builders, they are not looking into it, because see, nowadays the digital platform is so open, and the lead is floating like anything in the market. Okay, so what happens is now the customer, they inquire somewhere, they do somewhere, they don't get the information, they again come back on the website, and then they again inquire with us. See, what will happen is if we'll put this kind of restriction, then forcefully we have to take them to some other project, because we need that sale, and the customer is completely getting connected with us. So don't you think that this kind of clause is not correct for the current realtor market? That's my point of view.
Sanjeev, if it is a fresh lead generated by you, it is directly validated in your name. If it is already existing in our data, this case scenario comes. Otherwise,
I agree, sir, but 3 months time is a very longer duration, sir. Because there are many leads which may be directly lying simply on the system as well. Maybe we send the lead, then maybe they get activated. So I think it's a difficult scenario, because we face a lot of issues like that. So it's a concern. I think you guys should think of it.
Yeah, earlier
maybe many of my fellow channel partners will agree on that.
Yeah, Sanjeev, earlier it was 6 months. We have reduced it to 3 months now, recently.
But okay, sir, that is your company policy and stuff. But my suggestion would be you should look into that.
Yes, sure, we'll look into it.
Yeah, Abhi, next.
Even my question is also that same. When the customer is inquiring, and he's coming to some other agent or whoever, even he might be inquire, and the data is with the builder. So if the coming to the project, why not giving the benefit the customer is coming with along with some whoever it is, either me or you or anyone.
So one thing over here we have to make sure is since we have our own team of marketing, and we are constantly looking into how we can look into the prospective customers and do the conversions. And channel partners is definitely that help us to achieve those numbers what we target. And we see channel partners as a huge support for us. And this is why we had all the rules and guidelines come on the basis of our continuous engagement and working with channel partner over a period of months. And this is the reason why we are sticking to these rules and stating that the lead validation for 3 months can be justified.
Because the customer is open when their inquiry either is a digital marketing or whoever online offline, they are connecting so many multiple agent, not only one, to cross check and get the price and all this. So the suggestion who are able to bring in the site visit, the benefit has to pass to that particular person, to rather than keeping on the system and to as a registered, and he'll be not touch the 6 months or 3 months. It's difficult, I think.
So when it comes to the channel partners, wherein who brings the client to the site visit, then we ensure that that particular channel partner gets. But when if the lead is registered with us, and if we have to term with the channel partner, then definitely we will not be.
Sorry, I'll interrupt again. Maybe it's a suggestion, you can take it. You can convert this not as a lead registered, but as a site visit done. If your team has got the site visit done from your lead, then maybe you can keep it for some point of duration. Now, only generating a lead, I don't think that will be encouraging for a channel partner like us to do.
Okay.
Well, thank you, Sanjeev and Habib. Our president has to say something. Probably it will be definitely the voice of all of us together. Yes, Sanjeev.
So, Kishore sir, what Sanjeev and Habib and a few of our members are exhibiting, let me say we have evolved over the last 10 years on this subject. And the key to any relationship is not about the event being successful, but the post-event things being successful, that we develop a very, very strong relationship with the developer. You know, you can see multiple developers where we've done not one, but 3 or 4 events over a span of last few years. And, you know, multiple products are launched on our platform. Now, with somebody like a Purvankara, we also travel the journey where the whole product was launched solely on CREA platform, where for the first time in the history of Bangalore, a developer said for a period of 4 months, we will not even sell directly. Everything will be sold by CREA. And we delivered the whole sales before time. So, you know, multiple times it happens. Now, the key problem today with digitization and the speed with it is, you will also find realtors who will register 2,500 leads with you. It's actually not leads, it's a database that they register. Now, which is where the whole felony happens, because they've not even contacted the buyer or stuff that has not happened. So I think what is being said at the end, you know, if your marketing team has organized a site visit or is in a hot discussion with the client, obviously that lead can be kept. But, you know, if it's just a lead existing in multiple databases, then the realtor who gets him to the site or gets it to close should straight away get the benefit, even if the lead exists in some other name or in your database. And I think that relationship works the best, because eventually everybody is more inspired to do more business and more selling there accordingly. It would be a humble request for you to look at it.
Yes, Amir. Thank you for your inputs. Our new project, whatever we are going to launch, definitely will work out a scheme where first 3 months, 1 quarter, only exclusive CREA members can sell. But
Lovely.
currently our ongoing projects, as you said, validation of the site visit, we'll come back to you on that, how to tackle that issue.
Yeah, I mean, with President's permission, can I add a little to that? So, I mean, a suggestion for Mana project is that today we are all, it's time bound for any developer for that matter. If an internal marketing team or any other channel partner is following up the lead and it is taking time, if a fellow realtor who has built the trust with the customer for over years can come and close the sale within a day or two for you, I think that's the thing that we should all be looking at now. And as realtors, that's the value add that we will give as everyone. So you can keep this as a consideration. I'm sure the lead will be registered, site visit also will be done. But if customer can certify that, yes, I want to go ahead with this ex-realtor that I have come with, I think you should consider that, sir.
Yeah, definitely, Kushal. We'll take this point into the consideration and we'll see how we can improve on this.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Any other questions? Any other questions by members?
Kushal, I'd just like to add a point.
Yeah.
It's a request to the Mana team. Since our database is shared with you all, I would request if you can just share the details of the whole presentation and all the projects that's been discussed, along with the availability list, the price sheet, to all our members, because that'll be a good, easy reference point. Obviously, in a real-time KYD, we would give a takeaway then and there, which has the collateral. Since this is a virtual, it's just a request for you all to just share that online to our individual email IDs.
Definitely, Mr. I hope it was Aditya, Mr. Speaking.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, so we will get back to you post this KYD webinar, wherein we'll be scheduling with you, wherein we will contact you personally and we'll be handing out the gifts and also the collaterals and explaining you in more detail how we can grow our relationship together.
Okay, thank you.
Share soft copies also with you.
Yeah.
Rishabh, your voice was low. Can you repeat that which you told now so that the members will get that point?
Sure. So post this webinar, we will contact all the channel partners who are present in the webinar, and we will try to schedule a meeting with them individually, and we'll hand out the gifts and the hard copies and collaterals of all our projects. And also before that, we will share the soft copy of all our project sheets.
I just wanted to ensure that all our members are getting it. So I told you to repeat that again. So members, you're definitely assured of gift from Mana. Only that you'll have to have a meeting with them and take it forward. Any other questions? So for Team Mana, if you have a slide, or if you can just create a slide in next 2-3 minutes with the phone numbers, please present it so that members can make a note of it to contact you.
Yeah, just a minute. I'm just creating that.
Yeah, sure. You create a slide, take your time. Meanwhile, we will have conversation with other realtors who have any other questions. Please create a slide with your phone number so that members can make a note of that phone numbers to contact you. Any other questions from members? I think all of them have already started noting down the customer numbers on which customer they should sell Mana projects. They're all busy, jotting down customer names, thinking, which customer to sell Mana projects. So all of them have started working, I believe. Do you want to add on anything, Samir?
That's very good, Kushal. CREA people are very energetic.
Kushal. Kushal, if I can say something.
Yes. Yes, please.
I think since this is our first online KYD, let us try and get a feedback from Mr. Kishore Reddy and his team as to what he thinks about this. And if something like this, from a developer's point of view, can be successful.
Can you please come again? You're not audible.
Machaya, can you please come again?
Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Machaya, you're very much audible. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so what I was saying is, I may not be able to repeat one button, but it is more like a feedback from the developer and his team, Mr. Kishore Reddy and his team. Since this is our first ever online KYD, what do you think? I mean, though we have lower numbers than what we anticipated, what does he think about this kind of a theme? Will it be successful? Is there something we should repeat?
Yeah, Machaya, I think definitely this is a good platform. bring
So,
everyone in one webinar. 125 people have already attended. I think that's a good number. Though we have targeted little higher numbers.
yes.
125 is a good number to start off. Even for CREA, this is the first time. Even for us also, this is the first time. Maybe we can have quarterly meetings like that so that we can resolve any small issues are there, or we can engage about our upcoming projects and give you more information. It should be a continuous process. I think maybe you can do this with other developers also. At least monthly basis for every developer, means all put together. So it will have more impact on your members, and you can have direct interaction with the whole team of the developers. I think this is a good idea. You can continue with other developers also.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for your support and being the first. Really appreciate from my side and all our side also.
Okay, so I have a question for you guys. So I just want to know how did you feel about this Foresta? It's a very unique project, like you would have seen. So what do you think from your client database, or you might have clients who might be looking something like this, or personally you wanted to get into this greener concept and the project which is so unique. What do you think about the presentation? I know it's very brief. I don't know how much were comprehended in what I said, but just like to know if anybody want to say one or two words about it. So it gives us a feedback.
If any of the realtors who are already probably aware of this project can definitely talk about how do you feel about selling Foresta. That's what Kevin's question was, if I'm not wrong, Kevin.
Yes, specifically Foresta, and generally about projects which literally as a green, not just like Polothon bricks and we say green, but literally green with landscape, and which brings out more like a space.
Hello. If I have to have a question on that, typically when you're talking about more greenery and creating something uber luxury, if I may tell, because that's something green is a uber luxury that we consider today. Thank you so much. So who will do the maintenance of these projects post delivery?
Maintenance.
Yeah.
The landscape maintenance you're talking about?
Yeah, general landscape maintenance and the usual maintenance of your projects.
See, the entire landscape maintenance is done as a common area maintenance generally. So basically, there's recycled water that we use, and that is a common thing now. But individually for these, if you're talking about Foresta or Uber World 2, where there is landscape balconies on the terraces and your facades and balconies, we have automated a drip irrigation system. So you don't have to worry about it. So drip irrigation system takes care of the watering. It is also medicated. So even the nutrition and everything which is needed for these plants is added in a solvent into the water which goes to these plants. But even in case of you're traveling outside, out of station, or you're not here for 2 or 3 months, your plants are still grown. They are not dead. Maybe you can come back and do a little pruning. But that's the joy of having a garden. You can do a little bit pruning here now and then. But it's not a task that you need to take care of it every day. So yeah, that is it.
Okay, my question was, say for example, now you complete Foresta as a project. Do you hand it over the association and leave the project, or do you stay and to help maintaining the project?
First year, we stay 1 year. From the date of delivery, we stay 1 year. And we hand over the whole hand-holding process, because people would be a little bit moving and getting adjusted, association forming and all that. So for 1 year, we do it. And thereafter, if there is a need, there's always a discussion and there is a judgment we could take a call. But first year is already granted.
Thank you. Any other question from any of the members?
No.
I think, well, definitely all the members are geared up to start selling with Mana. Hope all the details are shared, and requesting Mana, as Aditya mentioned, to share all the details as soon as possible, so that when it's fresh in the mind, the detail goes to all of us, and members start working on selling Mana projects soon. So now with that, I would like to hand it over to Mr. Jagdish Nagbhushan for the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Kushal.
Yeah.
Am I audible?
Yes, Jagdish, please go ahead.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you so much. Our most valued CREA members, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor and privilege to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks on this momentous occasion and a historical event, the very first online KYD Know Your Development, the signature event of CREA. Mr. Chairman Pradeep Jo, Vice Chairman Sharif, President Mr. Samir Arora, Vice President Macha Karyapa, General Secretary Santosh Avalaki, and the committee members, a big thank you to each one of you. May I take this opportunity to express our deep sense of appreciation to respected Mr. Kishore Reddy, founder, MD, and CEO, Mana Projects Private Limited. Mr. Rishabh Bansali, Head Marketing, Mr. Kevin Sam, Head Projects, Mr. Srinidhi and Mr. Nandish from Channel Partner Sales. Ladies and gentlemen, there are two things which caught my attention, which I'd like to just reiterate. Imagineering, a blend of imagination and engineering to build dream spaces that exceed the expectation of Mana customers. Disruptive thinking and constantly challenging the norm with new ideas has been the key to offer and create developments ahead of time, every time. Touching on disruptive thinking, changing the traditional way that an industry operates, especially in a new and effective way. I think that was a take-home for all of us. I, on behalf of Confederation of Real Estate Associates India and the entire team as a unit, even special guests in the audience, let me call it our fraternity of realtors here together. And on my own behalf, extend a very hearty vote of thanks to all speakers for gracing your important work and sharing with us your views and facts on the project today. A big thank you to our own Ravikant for his efforts towards bridging this event today, or setting the ball rolling weeks ago, I must say, which today has resulted in a huge opportunity to our dear members in a fabulous incentive announced by Mr. Kishore Reddy, which has been the central focus and the highlight of today's KYD. Thank you so much, sir, for the encouragement. And if I may also say, during the event while it was in progress, I must acknowledge Mr. Francis, who has been active in asking our members to log in to be part of this KYD. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, and our dear CREA members, here is an important one which we all should understand in the difficult times we're going through. Stay safe, stay positive, stay healthy. More importantly, stay focused on closures. That's our lifeline. On that note, happy selling. Over to you, Kishal.
Thank you so much. Even though we had a fantastic vote of thanks by Jagdish Nagbhushan, I'm sure none of our events will not end without the wisdom by our founder chairman Pradeep Jo. So, a word of wisdom by you, sir.
Thank you, Kushal. Thank you, Mr. Kishore Reddy, Mr. Rishabh, Mr. Kevin, Mr. Srinidhi, and Mr. Nandish. This is the first time post-COVID-19 we are having an event, and I'm so happy you have come forward to support the entire association. We look forward to your continued support, and I'm sure all our members are there to back you, sir. We look forward to working with you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Over to you, Kushal.
Thank you. Samir, would you like to add? Good. Okay. That was a fantastic first.
Just,
Yeah, Samir.
just one word Thank you, Kushal. You're doing a phenomenal job along with everybody else.
Well, that's end to first ever. This is definitely a history. This day will be always remembered. Mana will be remembered forever. Like our first ever, physical KYD is ever remembered. The first online KYD will also be remembered. So Mana, thank you. Thank you so much for that. Request all the members to kindly leave the meeting. Request the committee and the Mana team to stay back.
Thank you so much for this. Thank you. All the best, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
so much to everyone.
The CREA committee and Mana project to
And
kindly
CREA.
for a quick debrief session.
Okay. This case as is there under cyber. Okay. Is where I got a little worried. Why has it gone this cyber?
Hello? Yeah. Yeah, just 1 minute. Just take that. I want to take that one photo. All of them are quitting. 1 minute. You just give that thing. I'll take a picture of it. That certificate. Yeah. 1 second. Please go a little back. I want you also. Yeah, 1 second like that. Just like that.